Shalom, Israel. I'm preaching officer of 1,000 Damayam. I got with me preaching officer of 1,000, Sharatazah Halak, and we are teaching the IS3K History and News class. Today is about news. Operation Take Back America, produced by your well-known president, Donald Trump. Donald Trump says he want to take back America. But when I hear take back America, I hear let's make America great again. I hear let's bring back slavery. I hear let's bring back the cotton field. Let's start unaliving black and brown people. Let's put them in line. That's what I hear, man, when I hear take back America. Because first of all, you got to think about it. How did America, get taken by these pilgrims? How did these pilgrims take America? They took America by force. They didn't ask to get parts of the land. They didn't ask for love and, compassion from the Indians. When it comes to conquering and dividing, they just came and took everything they wanted, all the resources, all the animals, all the people, they manifested destiny. That's what they did. All right. So just understand when you hear take back America, you hear exactly what he is saying. Because what is he doing? He is making new laws for black and brown people. That's what he's doing. And these laws is to be placed on us, practiced on us to keep us on the bottom. And even more lower at the bottom of the barrel of America. That's what's taking place, man. They're not satisfied with, having us just under captivity. They want to crush our spirit, man. They want to remind us who they are. While you up in that Christian church trying to love them, man, they're trying to figure out ways to bring hate towards you. Bring more oppression to your front door. While you praying to that white Jesus, asking that white Jesus to have these damn devils to love you. And guess what? It's been 500 years and white Jesus has not answered your prayers yet. Because guess what? White Jesus don't love black and brown people neither. When he did exist, and his name is Cedric Borgia. He's the one that brought back Europe on the, white supremacy, man. His family paid painters to whitewash all the dark images in Europe. But that's the man you pray to. That's the man you pray to ask for Donald Trump to change his heart, for white society to change their heart. They changed their heart, all right. They're making their heart more harder and more grievous when it comes to black and brown people, man. That's what's taking place. So let's read the article, Warrior.
God. This is the U.S. Department of Justice. All right. Office of the Deputy Attorney General. Going down to.
Go to the first paragraph, Baba Gustavo.
Going to the first paragraph. All right. This says, subject, Operation Take Back America. Since January 20, 2025, the Justice Department has taken numerous steps to empower prosecutors and law enforcement operating in districts around the country to protect their communities from the ongoing threats and risks that the American people elected President Trump to address.
Man, this happened when he got in office. The people that voted for him, his kind, this is what they wanted. We're going to read about what they wanted. They wanted to take back America. That's why you see our Mexican brothers being deported, our Haitian brothers being deported, and our black people that's been born in America, they think ain't nothing going to happen to them, man. But we're going to read in this article. You're next. Why you think you're so goddamn special, Negro? You next. Read.
The Organized Crime Drug Enforcement Task Force and the Project Safe Neighborhood program have long been central to these types of efforts in the field.
First, stop right there. When you hear about drugs, we should know that black people are in trouble because black people try their hardest to be the number one drug dealer. But understand this, white society, these pilgrims, they're going to lock you up for getting caught with your little bit of dope you sell, you know? But we all know who are the original gangsters, who are the original drug dealers, you know? We know that president, what's his name? Shabbat.
Ronald Reagan?
Yeah, we know who really pumped the drugs in the neighborhoods a long time ago and use you as a pawn. But Donald Trump, he gonna lock you up, you know, for your little small time business selling dope. He'll lock you up, black man. Mm-hmm. And then when he lock you up, guess what? I hear a lot of Negroes saying, I don't know why they're deporting the Mexicans. I don't know who gonna be in those fields and doing all this work. Not us. We ain't going back to that. Donald Trump gonna lock you up and make you do it for free. Mm-hmm. What about that? And we know when Negroes get locked up, they get all religious. they want to pray to God. They'll do anything it takes to get out of that jail cell, man. Especially working on that field. You know, when you locked up just to get outside and work outside on the highway out there in the field, man, out there where you can see freedom, even though you don't have it, you'll go out there and do it just to get out that cell. And Donald Trump knows exactly what he's doing. All right? Read on.
This memorandum establishes a single initiative called Operation Take Back America that will use OCDE, TF, and PSN resources to implement core policy objectives established by President Trump and the Attorney General.
Read on.
Repelling the invasion of illegal immigration. Executive Order 14-15-9, entitled Protecting the American People Against Invasion, describes the invasion of criminal aliens under the previous administration.
Come on, man. Who's really the invader? Huh? Who really invaded America and kicked the Mexicans out of California, Texas? Huh? Make the Native American Indians and Seminoles go to the Indian reservations, man. Now they depressed and drunk on the Indian reservation because they lost their land to the same people that came and said, I come in peace, but they came to manifest their destiny. Huh? Yeah, man. You are the invader. But we right now, today, we have these pilgrims, the invaders, calling the original people of the land invaders. How can an invader call somebody else an invader, man? I don't understand.
How could you call the original people of the land aliens when you're the alien?
Right. You know? But I need you to read that part where it says, I think it was in the first paragraph. I think you read through it fast, where it says they want to have police officers, you know, to have better weapons and support prosecutors. You read that part before? And prosecuting repeat offenders and stuff like that.
Now we haven't read that one.
Yeah, go to that one. That's what I need. And then after that, go to the restoring the death penalty. Go to that. That'll be the last one.
I think this. I guess it's over here.
Uh-huh.
I mean, you might want to read through the first paragraph. It got some good stuff in it.
Yeah, I mean, didn't you read it already?
No, we wasn't finished with it.
Go ahead.
It says, those aliens present significant threats to the national security and public safety, committing vile and heinous acts against innocent Americans, and have engaged in hostile activities, including espionage, economic espionage, and preparations for terror-related activities.
Why didn't Donald Trump speak like this when the Mexicans voted for him, when he had Elon Musk paying them money to vote for him? You know, why did he talk like this at first? But as soon as he got elected, you know what happened? He broke his word. You know, he changed everything about what he was about. But he had Mexicans, he had black people. We voted for this curse, man. This plague. That's why black people had no business voting. No business voting. Okay? But we don't.
Salakia too, it says, those aliens present significant threats. Man, that sounds like the police officers to me, because these Edomite police officers, they're the aliens, and they're the ones that present threats. They're the ones that's committing vile and heinous acts against innocent Americans.
That's right. But he wants to empower them. He wants them to have full authority to unalive people and don't get no kind of punishment for doing it. All right? But we're going to get into that too. But we don't.
All right. Establishing Homeland Security Task Forces. Executive Order 14159 also directs the Department of Justice to participate in the establishment of Homeland Security Task Forces in every state. These task forces will work to end the presence of criminal cartels, foreign gangs, and transitional criminal organizations throughout the United States. Dismantle cross-border human smuggling and trafficking networks.
Yeah, I didn't want to read that. I didn't read that. I want to read the part about them having power to give the police to unalive people, or to just do whatever they wanted to do. But I guess you don't see it. That's what I wanted.
I think that let's see.
That had to be the very first paragraph you read.
The very first one?
Yeah.
It says, since January 2025, the Justice Department has taken numerous steps to empower persecutors and law enforcement operating in districts around the country to protect their communities from the ongoing threats and risks that the American people elected President Trump to address. The Organized Crime Drug Enforcement Task Forces and the Project Safe Neighborhood program have long been central to these types of efforts in the field. This memorandum establishes a single initiative called Operation Take Back America that will use OCDETF and PSN resources to implement core policy objectives established by President Trump and the Attorney General.
I guess not in that first paragraph. I read it in here somewhere, but I guess you don't see it. Just go to the death penalty part.
All right. Restoring the death penalty.
Now, this is the main topic I want to bring out. Restoring the death penalty. Hey, I thought the death penalty, was never taken away until I did my research.
Mm-hmm.
But this is something different when he's talking about restoring the death penalty.
Mm-hmm. Right.
When he said he's going to restore the death penalty, this is for illegal immigrants, any crime that's heinous, extremely bad, or if you unalive a cop, you must be, held with the death penalty. Electric chair, lethal injection. They want you to be unalive, But what about these police officers that unaliving us?
Right.
And they just get 10 years. Then before you know it, the 10 years get dropped because for some reason the president came along and pardoned that murderer. That cop that did a good job in America for unaliving black and brown people. They let him out. Donald Trump want to make it where they don't never get locked up again for unaliving somebody because he said they're just doing their job and they got a hard job to do.
I bet.
You got a hard job to do. To me, out of all the 42 years of my life, I seen racist cops, racist white cops, look like they having a good time unaliving my people. And it's not hard. They be enjoying it themselves, beating us up, unaliving us, man. They get a thrill out of it, man. A thrill. But Donald Trump said they just doing their job. Well, I got a question for you, Donald Trump. Did the police officer that unalived Michael Brown, was he just doing his job? That cop that unalived Philando Castile, was he just doing his job?
Right.
Huh? Okay. Everybody knows the answer to that. They was not doing their job. They was doing their desire that's in their heart. And that's to unalive a black and a brown man in America, man. That's what they wake up out of their bed to do. That's why they join the police office. For that specific reason, man. And now Donald Trump gonna have a whole bunch of white supremacists that gonna sign up for the police, department very soon this year, because all they hear is "Take Back America."
Right.
That's what they hear. Take back America.
Yep.
And black and brown man, you better keep the laws of God, because the laws of God can keep you away from the snares of the devil, man. If you're locking up people for selling dope and you keep the laws of God, you ain't gotta worry about that. Huh? Whatever trap he has, you ain't gotta worry about that, man. Because you're keeping the laws of God. The laws of God will protect you from your enemy, protect you from these devils, man. But let's read.
It says restoring the death penalty. Executive Order 1416-4, entitled Restoring the Death Penalty and Protecting Public Safety, restored the death penalty as an essential tool for deterring and punishing those who would commit the most heinous crimes and acts of lethal violence against American citizens. With particular emphasis on capital crimes by illegal aliens and against law enforcement.
Man, he wants you to be unalive. He don't want you to be able to take it to court and, find out that this cop was a white supremacist. He don't want to give you any kind of leverage or any kind of leeway to win a case against a cop. If a cop unalive you, that is it. And if you unalive a cop, that is it. No discussion. That's how he wants it.
Yep.
That's how he wants it. Man, imagine America, just going down, leveling down to that, man. Man, it's gonna be hell on earth for Christian people, black people, Hispanic Christians. It's gonna be hell on earth for you, man, because most of them are in the streets. They going to jail. They out here doing all type of evil, and your enemy is preying on you. He is in the cut, waiting for you to slip, man. All right, you got a scripture to bring out, Shabbat Desire?
Gone. Did you bring out a scripture before?
Nah. No, as you got one to bring out. Yeah, I got one, but you got one to bring out?
I got Psalm 17 and 13.
Go ahead.
The book of Psalms 17 and verse 13. It says, "Arise, O Lord, disappoint him, cast him down, deliver my soul from the wicked, which is thy sword." And I wanted to say, this is why black people, we got to come back to the Lord quick. You know what I mean? We got to come back to the Most High, because the wicked, which is the oppressor, that's the perfect vessel. That's the perfect tool of the Most High that he used to put a spanking on your behind.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? For, not keeping his law, statutes, and commandments. Our job is to keep the law, statutes, and commandments of the Most High, man. We got to stop celebrating these holidays, his holidays. We got to stop, you know what I'm saying, with all this foolishness we're doing and get back to keeping God's laws so the Lord can deliver us from the hand of this wicked, foul beast that he put over us, man. That's our only way out.
Right.
It ain't picking up guns and fighting back. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you could think you're gonna fight this oppressor. You could think, oh, I'm gonna get me some guns and bullets, and we gonna get together and nah, that's not how we gonna do it. You ain't gonna win like that. This oppressor bombs countries, man. He is the terrorist.
Right.
He is the number one. He is a professional murderer. You know what I mean? So our only hope is to come together, and by keeping God's law, statutes, and commandments, and coming together under the Lord's protection, and watch America fall. You know?
Damn right, man. And guess what? Also, when black and brown people sin, as a majority, when we sin, the pilgrim win. The pilgrim win when we sin. But when we keep the laws, statutes, and commandments of God, he loses. He loses. And that's why you don't see him losing, because we don't want to practice that. We don't want to put that in play. We want to use Christianity as the defense. But Christianity has never defended you from these oppressors. Christianity is the reason why you're being oppressed by the oppressor. Christianity is the reason why you can't defend yourself. You always surrendering. You can't find no solution.
Right.
Okay? So guess what? Maybe you need, not maybe, just put the Christian church, on the back seat. Don't never pick it back up again. And pick up what they told you to drop. Pick up what they told you is done away with. And that's the laws, statutes, and commandments of God. They said the laws, statutes, and commandments of God is done away with. Nah, man. Let me tell you something. When Christ comes back, the Christian church going to be done away with.
Right.
Huh? And the laws, statutes, and commandments of God going to stand forever.
Yep.
The Christian church, they think they got rid of the laws of God. No, they didn't. You got people that practice the laws of God, and that's the Israelites, the Isupk. Okay? My brothers in here, we stand for that. We stand for that. So we ain't worrying about the police. We go out there on the street corners and tell the police to their face that Babylon is falling. America gonna get hit with nuclear fire, man. We go out there and condemn America right in their face, and they can't do nothing. That's what happens when you keep the laws of God, man. The laws of God are more powerful than the laws of America, man. Any stinking dirty 50 law that Donald Trump want to bring out is nowhere near the laws of God, because the laws of God is perfect. And the laws of America ain't nothing, man. It ain't nothing when you keep the laws of God. Yeah. The laws of America is see-through. Know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Straight up. But man, if you got anything else to say, man, Shabbat, I wasn't bring out a scripture, but I'm good. I like that scripture you brought out, man. Know what I'm saying? Most High in Christ.
Most High in Christ.
But if you got anything else you want to bring out, another scripture you want to break down, you go ahead, man.
Nah, that's all I got. Just to I hear a lot about people saying, giving up on God, giving up on the Bible, saying God don't answer prayers. What's the point of the Bible and this and that, blah, blah, blah. You got to understand, God gave us a warning. He already warned us. He told us, you either do what I tell you to do and you're going to be on top, or you don't do what I tell you to do and you're going to be on the bottom. And on top of that, I'm going to send this oppressor to whoop your behind. It's not like, it's not like that's what he wanted. He warned you, just like a father warns a child. He warned us, man. And we could have chose to do the right thing, but we didn't.
Right.
And now we want to sit here and blame God. You know what I'm saying? We need to stop blaming God, man. And we need to start looking at ourselves and start keeping these laws and start blaming the root of our problem. And that's the oppressor. That's the root of all of our problems.
Yeah, man. Damn right. Damn right, man. And also, man, gotta pull one scripture. That's Ecclesiastes, I think 7 and 10 or 7 and 13, when it says, what I made crooked, you can't make straight.
God, I got it.
Yeah. Yeah, man. It's so important that black and brown people just pick up the Bible, study the laws of God, and police yourself so these oppressors can't police you.
Mm-hmm.
Police yourself, and you make it so hard for them to police you and to throw you in jail.
Right.
You know, now they got to come up with another war strategy. And now they're going to have to try to attack your culture, attack the laws of God. And that's when Christ's going to come back and put them in their place. Yep. Believe that. When you keep the laws of God and follow Christ, man, Christ's going to have your back. But Christ ain't got your back while you in that Christian church. Mm-hmm. Huh? People talking about, well, man, when Christ coming back, can't wait till Christ come back. You're not looking for the Christ that's going to put America in their place. You're looking for the Christ that so-called bless America. God bless America.
Yep.
Christ in the Bible, he came against the Romans, and guess what? When he come back, he's going to be against America.
Damn right.
Because he wants you to be on top, man. You can love these pilgrims all you want. They will never love you. Why? Because God put something deep inside of them. It's rooted inside of them. To wake up in the morning and get up out their bed and drink a big cup of coffee and oppress a black and brown man.
Yep.
A black and brown woman. That spirit you can't change because God established that. Negro. Read it for me, Shabbat Bible Show.
Come. Ecclesiastes chapter 7 and verse 13 says, consider the work of God, for who can make that straight which he hath made crooked?
Man, I love how the scripture said in the beginning, consider the work of God.
Right.
You gotta consider this, Christian. God did this. You can't make straight what he made crooked, what he made to be the devil. And when you try to, that's when that devil gonna put that whip on you, man. That's when he gonna unalive you, put his knee on your neck, shoot you in front of your wife, take your kids away from you, and give it to a rainbow couple. He do all type of ways to oppress black people. He got all type of ways, man. Child support, man, you name it. He got all type of different belts. Pick one. That's what happens when you're in that Christian church. You're just picking a belt. And it's coming. Try the law, statutes, and commandments of God, man.
Right.
And guess what? We'll be on top, and we'll be the one that's with the belt. We'll be the belt to them. Because we supposed to be the belt to them. They need somebody to put them in their place to correct them. Because they don't like correction, but they like correcting you. And you know what I'm saying? That's why it's so important that we got to understand that separation is.
You went out, Damayon?
Yeah. I got a phone call. But that was it, Warrior. That was it, you know. So with that, this is the Isupk History and News class. I'm preaching Novice of 1,000, Damayon, and I got with me preaching of 1,000, Shabbat Halak, man. Shalom.
Shalom, Israel.